Hello, my name is Becky Farley. I'm the Director for the Office of Career Developments and Connections here at Trevecca. And in this tutorial, we're going to talk about how to take your resume from good to great using the platform SkillsFirst. Not only can SkillsFirst take your resume from good to great, but it's also AI augmented so that it'll help you ready for the applicant tracking system. Many of you may or may not know what an applicant tracking system is, or what we usually call ATS. The ATS is a platform that is created for hiring managers and recruiters, along with their HR platforms, to scan through the ever increasing pile of resumes that they get for job offers. This takes a lot of the work off the hiring manager and the recruiter and saves them a lot of time. What it does is when you upload your resume, it will take your resume, scrape the text, compare it to the job description, look for keyword matches, and then rank it accordingly. Of course, the higher the keyword match, the higher the rank, and the more visibility that you will receive with recruiters and hiring managers. To create an account in SkillsFirst, simply log in using this link specifically for Trevecca and click on Students and Faculty. Click here to join the first times as it goes through the single sign-on to access your already created accounts. You just need to activate it. This is your dashboard. It has a tutorial here where you can look through and scrub around to see more explanation how to use all of these features over here on the right that are offered in SkillsFirst. For this tutorial, we're just going to explain how to use the resume feature a little bit more in detail. There are three options. The first option is upload your resume. The second option is how to edit a sample already provided in SkillsFirst. And the third is just simply to start from scratch. For this part right here, we're going to start from scratch, and I will explain a little bit later on in this tutorial how to upload your resume, because most of you, I am sure, have a resume already. Let's start from scratch. Here are all the templates that will go through the ATS. There are plenty of them according to your liking. Know that you can change these anytime before, during, or after the process. We'll just pick this one for now. Simply type in your name or the name of the resume. Always include your name and the word resume for sure. You can use this block to put anything you want into it or nothing at all. This is simply for you and your knowledge and relation to this particular customized resume. Click Save. Okay, as you can see, it's not built out yet. Briefly, here are a few features that I would like to share with you. Download as a Word doc. You could also clone this file numerous unlimited times and customize each one as you want. Share the file. And then, of course, you can edit the name and description, which is up here, or you can download the PDF or simply delete. Choose from your font. Here, all of these are guaranteed to go through the ATS. Obviously, the size. How would you like your sections to look? I like to choose the bold, but you can change these at any point along the process, before, during, after. Reorder sections. And then, as mentioned before, you can change the template. Let's get started with the edit. Adding your sections is simple. Simply click on this. I'm going to add what generally most people add in their resume, including objective. Contact was already on there. Experiences, hit save. Education, save. And the skills section, save. As you can see, there are many sections that anyone possibly could use on their resume, especially if you're in a certified position or if you would like to include any honors, awards, publications, etc. Let's just go with this for now. Okay, let's go back to the content section and start filling in. I would use your personal email as this resume will be going with you after you graduate. Include your phone number, location. Today we don't use anything more than your city and state and not a physical address. You can make a headline if you want to, like award-winning microbiologist or something like this. Totally optional, not necessary. Include your LinkedIn URL here or your link. I would advise not using that if your LinkedIn profile is not complete. Click Save. Now let's go to the next section, Objective. Many recruiters and hiring managers tell us this is really not necessary, as obviously you're probably already applying for the job according to the job description. If you would like to use this section, you can simply add text in here. You can also click on examples if you're kind of unsure how to start with that. And this connects with ChatGPT all the way throughout the process in using this platform, which is really cool. Save. Let's go to the experience section, and here we will add the job title. So we are going to add the organization name. I work at Trevecca Nazarene University. The location is Nashville, Tennessee. Recruiters and hiring managers do not suggest blowing up the organization here and the web, including the website, and also the description. Of course, this is optional if you really choose to, but this resume is about you and your qualifications and how you match this. So we really suggest concentrating on that, your efforts on that right now. So here's the job title. And then start making bullet points. Again, you can use ChatGPT by clicking on examples. Make sure that your bullet points are used. You got to make this resume skimmable. We do not use narratives anymore. People get bogged down and lose concentration when you do. So simply use a bullet point that is concise, quantifying, and qualifying. So brag about yourself and use those metrics. I'll not go on and on about this, but you get the point. I'll just put it in there for example. Start date, when did I start? And I'm currently in this job, so I'm not going to put an end date to this. Here is you can see the job title in this position, just a little hint of what you have in there. You won't see the complete amount there. You can edit the job, you can go back in and change anything, or you can delete the job. These will be populated in reverse chronological order, and here's where you add more job titles here. One other thing that I always recommend is, since you're customizing these resumes and you're not going to use everything you've ever had an experience in or a job in, to edit the section to say relevant work experience. That way the reader knows specifically that you've only included what is relevant to the job description that they've already posted. All right, education set. Now, you will include everything in your education section that is your bachelor's degree above. Do not include high school anymore. Not necessary. This auto-populated for me, so it's already there. The description is a place where you could add relative, here's a highlight and tells you what relevant coursework, classes, or training relevant to the job you're applying for. Remember, everything that you're putting on this resume, if you can at all, make it relevant according to the job that you're going for and that job description. For sake of time, I'm not going to include anything here. Then you add your either an expected, anticipated, or graduated, or even transferred, all of those options available. So I graduated. I'm just going to finish this out for sake of demonstration. I save. Okay. And then you would go ahead and include the rest of yours. I've actually attended many, but we'll go on. Click the skills section. All right. So SkillsFirst lists your skills horizontally so that it will not take up space on your resume unnecessarily. I like to choose the bullet point or the double pipe, something that's a little more bold so that um, readers can see where each skill goes to the next skill. I'm actually going to categorize this. You do not have to do this. Technical skills or relevant technical skills, etc. I'm going to put in here handshake, click enter, or excuse me, hit the enter key. Skills first. Everyone in the business they're going to know what these are, so that's why I'm including these, etc., etc. Click the word save. You can go back and add more skills. You can also include a different title for this subsection, such as professional, etc., etc. We're just going to keep going on for this demonstration. So let's take a peek at what this looks like now. As you can see, it's not very long, but this is just a demonstration on actually how to use these different, how to use the platform and fill in the sections in the best way possible. It looks pretty good. And that is how you finish your resume on SkillsFirst. If you would like to do this one-on-one, I'm totally available. We also have other career coaches that can help you work through this process if you would like to take some time and work on it together. Our information is on the SharePoint site. If you go to the TNU for You SharePoint, you can search us through the Office of Career Development. All of our contact information is down at the bottom of our SharePoint page. Now I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like briefly to upload your PDF and use that instead of starting from scratch. So we'll start back here again at Create a Resume. Click the Upload Resume option. Name it. You can fill this in or not. I'm not going to. All right, so here we're going to upload your resume. Find your resume on your laptop. You can use PDF or Word document or RTF if you need to. All right, it's completed, it's uploaded. I click done. Now we're going to go ahead and edit with Builder. Then at this point, you must run the resume parsing, which actually scrapes the text, just like an ATS would do, and dumps it into the SkillsFirst platform so that it is now editable within SkillsFirst. All right, now we're going to pick again which template we like. Again, these are all, you can choose these, change these up before, during, after, all the times you want to. As you can see, it did not perfectly upload, so we're going to have to go in and just edit a little bit. You could change the font, you can change the font size, you can reorder the sections. Let's say that I would, you can also format the sections as you want, just like how you do it from scratch. I'm going to put education first if I wanted to, or that's just how you do that. So let's start with edit. We'll go in here to the contact information. Email, phone number, no need to put your address, but you might want to put the city you live in. A headline if you want, of course, and then that LinkedIn URL if you're interested in doing that. Hit save. All right, let's go to objective. This one actually did copy over well, so I'll save it. It's good. Now let's look into experience. To edit the experiences that are already listed, we'll have to go in through here. Edit job. This is the church. This is really not I borrowed a resume to make this. You can highlight all these. make the bullet points, edit these as you want. Everything looks good because this person actually is still in this job. Location again. Highlight bullet point, edit accordingly, put the end of that job if you're still not in it, etc., etc. I won't go any further. Education, same type of thing. You'll look into that, edit those. Where did you go? Is this correct? Look at it. You will have to add either that you graduated or anticipated. That does not automatically populate, etc., etc. Now, license, this person, it's not really me. Um, they had an unarmed security license. Fantastic. You could put something in there. Great. All right, let's go see what it looks like in the preview. Perfect. You can see, again, it's not perfect because I didn't edit it for sake of time. That is how you upload your resume. Tweak it a little bit using the edit tools. And then, of course, you can save it as a PDF or download it for your doc or share it for some human review and get some feedback. SkillsFirst has some really cool AI reviewing tools that you can access right here by clicking on the blue button. The first three are, I believe it's actually the first four, are the tools that you would use for a resume scan and review. The rest of them, excuse me, the first five the rest of them are for elevator pitch and interview and not applicable to your resume. If you really wanted to see how well your resume matched up to a job description, you simply can click on step number 2, copy and paste that job description in here, hit submit, and the tool will actually run a report and give you tips and tricks on how to update your resume accordingly so that it's closer to the job description and prepared better for going through an ATS scan. Also, you have the option to submit for human review. Perhaps this is an assignment and you would submit to a faculty member. You would just simply click on here and click their name accordingly. Or you can always submit to the career services. That is actually us. And a career coach will take a look at your resume, make a couple suggestions, and send it back to you through SkillsFirst, which in case you will get an email notification saying that your review has been completed, and you can check that out from there. Now I'd like to review some best practices for resumes in 2025. First of all, it's supposed to be one page, highly customizable according to the job description that you are going for. If you are filling out a CV, which is basically the same thing, and you are including everything career-wise for you, then of course it will go beyond one page. But mostly for most of us, with outside of certified positions like a lawyer or physician, or a teacher or a professor, most of us will use the one-page format. Additionally, it needs to be ATS-friendly, ATS ready. So when you click on that upload your resume button, you will know that it will go through that system without coding out or erroring to a point where the text is not scrapable and then also dumped into the database. So in order to do that, you have to use simple fonts. You must use the formatting that is easily in sections. You cannot use graphics. You cannot use pretty colors. Do not include your photo. All of these things are not recognizable from the ATS, and it will unfortunately more than likely either mix everything up as far as the words on there and dump it incorrectly into the database, or it just won't even upload at all and it'll be blank for the recruiter to see. And you don't want that to happen. Just remember, it is just as important to not include information as it is to include the relatable information. So for instance, I worked at Wendy's and Arby's roast beef way back in college. Of course, that was a long time ago, but it is irrelevant to the work that I do today. Was it important? Absolutely. Did it teach me how to be an employee at that level? Absolutely. It is just not irrelevant, and it will keep my score or my ranking lower on the ATS more than if I would just include exactly what is relatable as much as possible to the job description of the job that I'm applying for.